Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Wrestling Reverb. This is just going to be a quick one. I am currently in the middle of packing up everything because, as everyone knows who's been an avid listener of this podcast, I'm going to the Super Show-Down this Saturday at the MCG. So I'm in South Australia, which is means I've got to get on a plane tomorrow to go to Melbourne. I'm going to Melbourne for the whole week. So a lot of things I'm in just a little bit of a crazy, everyone knows when you're going away, it's always stressful. And of course, I've left everything till last minute to pack. But I thought I'd quickly jump on. I'm not on my computer. I'm not on my usual setup. I'm on my iPhone at the moment just because this is just, I want to get some content out. And I also just want to kind of let everyone know my excitement for Super Showdown because I'm so excited. My story, for those who don't know, I've watched wrestling as long as I can remember. I know it's at least been 18, 19 years. I've watched pro wrestling. I live, breathe, love it. It's something that I'm just attached to from my childhood, and it just takes me back to being a kid. It's probably the only thing that really does anymore. There's not a lot that does, as everyone grows older and stuff like that. So this is something I've waited for to say that I'm going to a WWE pay-per-view with, what hopes to be 80, 90,000 people in Australia. Something we've never had before is, a live pay-per-view, which is going to be shown on the network and all that kind of stuff. It's been hyped on television. I've had my tickets for ages. I'm so excited for the Super Showdown. And, it's just something that I just can't, I haven't really digested the fact that I'm going to a WWE pay-per-view. I'm very much in that. It's just like any other year that I go to, WWE when they come, it's just a live event. It's just hasn't hit me yet. I don't think it will really hit me until I'm in the MCG. I'm sitting in my seat and I'm looking at the setup and I'm just thinking, this is actually happening. There's a lot of matches to, get through and stuff like that. And it's going to be a wild night. I hope this is the first of many times that we get pay-per-views in Australia, not just in Melbourne, but in other places in Australia. It's just like a very, even talking about it now, probably hearing the way that I'm talking, I don't know, the adrenaline is coming in already, and I'm slowly starting to process the fact that this is a real thing, and that I'm going to a WWE pay-per-view, and that I'm, going to get to witness something that's never been done before. It's obviously a lot to take in, and, like I said, I hope it's the first of many, and stuff like that, but, I just thought I'd quickly run down, we've got, I think there's 10 matches on the card. I think there's some kind of a pre-show. I don't think it's going to be shown on the network for, I think it's just like a normal, dark pre-show, which is fine, not fussed. I get to see my favorite superstar, Becky Lynch, so I'm happy about that. She'll be taking on Charlotte, defending the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm not going to go into predictions and stuff like that right now because what I'm going to try and do is I'm taking all my gear to Melbourne with me, and I'm hoping to do a couple of episodes of the podcast pre and post Super Showdown because obviously I'm going to be able to talk about this for a long time. So I think I'm going to try and get in an episode before Super Showdown on Saturday. I might even do that on Saturday during the day because we're kind of just sit in limbo before we go to the MCG. And then once I watch it live, once I watch it back on the network, because this is something I want to do is watch it back on the network, just see how it resonates on TV and stuff like that. I'm going to sit down and watch it and then probably do a post-show before we get back into the swing of things, because before you know it, they're back on the road, back to America, back to, Raw, SmackDown, and onto Evolution and the Survivor Series and Crown Jewel and all of that. So there's a lot to take in, but Becky and Charlotte is something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to see Buddy Murphy hopefully claim the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm looking forward to seeing, of course, my Aussie girls, the Iconics. Hopefully they get the win. I'm looking forward to seeing AJ and Samoa Joe. That'll be fun. This has gotten very heated, very personal. The Shield and, Braun, Ziggler and Drew, that'll be a fun six-man tag. I haven't, as you follow me on social media, and I think I've even said on this podcast in the past, I haven't been a huge, supporter of this Shield comeback. I think we're getting a little too much of the Shield. They do seem to take more of Raw than anyone else, and I'm not saying I hate the Shield, because I really don't hate the Shield, but I just think we're getting a little too much of the Shield at the moment, so I'm a little bit, I guess the word would be stale with the Shield. I don't think this comeback was necessary right now, maybe a little bit later, but nonetheless, they always deliver in 6-man tag matches, so that'll be fun. There's a whole list of matches, obviously Triple H and The Undertaker, last time ever, with Shawn and Kane. This is all going to be fun stuff. I just wanted to let you guys know, like, my excitement for Super Showdown, and I also want to note a little bit of an update on the podcast. I've been talking about how I'm getting some new equipment and stuff like that. So many issues I've had just with delivery and being sent back. I've gotten money back. I've decided to start fresh, wipe it clear, and I'm going to get some new equipment in Melbourne while I'm away and stuff like that, so I'll get some new equipment for the podcast, and I do apologize for my, I haven't been doing some Raw reviews and some SmackDown reviews, just because I'm trying to assess, because there's so many wrestling podcasts out there, what makes me different. Obviously, I've gained a little bit of a following now, and I'm starting to build numbers up. I'm actually creeping up to 10,000 views and downloads over the last 18, 19 episodes, so that's a big achievement for me. I didn't think it would come this quickly, but it's happening, and I'm taking that in as well, and this is still, one of my main priorities, is continuing and having, constant episodes put out, but I'm just trying to assess what's out there, and try to take a little bit of a different approach. I've had some people talk to me about maybe taking this podcast in a little bit of a different direction, not doing your standard Raw and SmackDown recap shows. I'm not sure what I'm exactly going to do. That's the beauty of being my own boss with this, is just I can take things, inspirations from other people and what people ask for and stuff like that, at least for the next few weeks, because I'm going to be away and stuff like that. There'll be no Raw and SmackDown reviews or recaps as much. There'll be a few things here and there. I'm still going to be posting content. They're just going to be a little bit shorter episodes and stuff like that. I like what I did last week, where I talked about the Brie Bella and Liv Morgan incident. That was a little bit of a different approach to things. I stuck to one topic. People really enjoyed that. I think that was actually my biggest episode I've ever had. So that I do like taking that approach. I like sitting down and doing recap shows as well. I think pay-per-view recap shows are something that I always will do. It's very easy for me to sit there and talk about that kind of stuff. So, I think I'll stick with that. Another thing that I'm going to take from now on and do, at least for a little while anyway, is WWE 2K19 comes out this week. I won't be able to play it until I'm home next week, later in the week, but I'm going to sit down and talk about that with you guys, because there's a lot of people like to sit there and talk about 2K19 and stuff like that. I'm trying to take this podcast in a little bit of a new direction, trying to make it stand out different from others, because that's what you want. You don't want the same content, we want alternative, different things, and I'm just taking a little bit of a different approach, and just assessing my kind of things, but don't worry about anything like that, because I'm sticking to this podcast. It's something I love doing. It's, like I said, it's priority. I'm going to stick at it. But please, if you have any suggestions, ideas, any feedback, anything at all you want to talk to, even if you just want to talk about wrestling, catch me on all my social medias. I've changed everything on social media, just at Wrestling Reverb, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find me all up there, because it's just a little bit easier to find me and stuff like that. Anyway, Super Showdowns this weekend. I'm very excited. I will keep you guys posted on my social medias and stuff like that of, new episodes that are dropping as normal and stuff like that. But yeah, lots of Super Showdown talk this week. And I will catch you guys next time on another episode of Wrestling Reverb. Bye.